Hi guys, Macman here. I'm just waiting for it to pop up on my other screen. There we go. So we're live. How you doing, everyone? Thanks for jumping in and joining. Let's have another good one talking about some reloading. While people are jumping on, sorry I missed some of your live streams last week, guys, but work commitments. I actually had a big tool show to go to in Dallas. Our annual tool show. It's like a 4-day event. So we flew out Wednesday afternoon and I came back yesterday. We had a great time, spent too much, drunk too much, met a lot of good people. So we had a great time over in Dallas. We stayed in the Gaylord down in Grapevine. Fabulous hotel, guys. Any who've ever been down there, you know what I'm talking about. Superb hotel. I started to put some videos up, some shorts. Made a load of other videos, so I'm going to edit them through the week so you'll be able to see other things popping up with new products and everything that's come out. So keep an eye open for that, guys. Let's just go over and see who's here. So Echo Reloading Chamber jumped on first, and he was saying, "Can't wait, brother. I've been doing some 9mm, figuring out the pistol stuff. Hope everyone is good." Looks like he's pretty close to coming back and doing some live streams. So that'll be great. It'll be good to see you. Good to see you, Echo. You've been away for a while. And then we got G23. Good to see you, G. Hope you're feeling better. Hope you're getting stronger every day. It's great to be having the updates from you and everything's going. And by the way, guys, G23 did post a little video. If anybody wanted to help him out with his traveling expenses, hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but he has to go back and forth to the hospital 3-4 times a week, and it's getting quite expensive for him in gas and everything. So hopefully some of you guys can send a little bit to help him out. So check his channel out. And best wishes, G. I hope you get back to full strength pretty soon. AR Gun 1776 has joined us. Hi there. Very helpful. He's helped me out a lot setting up my streams and everything. I really appreciate that. Who else we got? Alaska One Andy, good evening. Viejo's here. Hey Walter. Mark Thomas joined us. Let's have a look. Bobby Barlow. Hi Bobby, always good to see you. Brutal Bob, another good guy. Talk to Bob quite often. Got some great stories, guys. If you never get to talk to Bob, you want to talk to Bob. Real nice guy. Who else we got? Anybody else? Jamie JH586 who joined us. Hi Jamie. Jimmy Rodriguez. Hi there. How you doing, sir? Oh yeah, Walter just put up Gene from the reloading from the hot pot. He got his channel back today, guys. It's been a long time. He's been quite a few weeks trying to sort this channel out, and he's finally got it sorted out, and he's had it all back up and running. That's great news that he hasn't lost too much stuff. It's great news to see him back up, and I think he's going to be, from what I can gather, hitting it quite hard, putting a lot of content out. So that'll be great to see Gene. Looking forward to that. Reloader 762 is here. Okay, so thanks guys for joining me. Tonight I thought I'd talk a little bit about my setup on how I cut the crimp off military brass, some of the tools I use, the process I use. A lot of videos out there, a lot of different people doing different things. I've messed around with cutting the crimp and pushing the crimp with different tools over the years, and what I've come across now is probably the best that I found, the easiest way that I found to do it. And hopefully you can take a little bit from it, guys. Like I said, it's not the way to do it for everybody, but if you can just take a little bit from what I do, a little bit from everybody else, you're always going to improve your reloading, and that's what it's all about. Let's see. And then Evening Walter, AR. Heading back to work tomorrow. It's about back to normal around here. That's great, Reloader. It's good to hear. Okay, let me just move the camera, guys, and then you can see my setup and we start cutting some crimp off. Okay, we can move this one out for a minute. So guys, this is a setup that I found the best. I've used the Dillon Swager, the little tool that they do, which actually forces the crimp and brass out to open it up to accept your primers. I've never been a big fan of that personally. I just don't like the idea of pushing and moving brass around, moving stuff around just to get rid of that crimp. I prefer to actually cut it off. You're not putting any strain on any other part of the brass. Whether it makes any difference, who knows? But the way I feel about it, I don't want to be pushing brass around. I just prefer to cut it. So we've used the Dillon little pocket one. I've got the Swager on my 1050, which I don't really use. Again, it's there as part of the process when I'm processing my brass, especially when I'm turning my 223 brass into 300 blackout. When I'm turning this brass on my Dillon, I've got it set up, but it's not really swaging it for me. Okay, so what I like to use, guys, and what I found is probably the best out there is the RCBS. Let's see if I can show you these without getting too blurred. So these are the RCBS military crimp cutters. So it comes with a little thread at the back, so you can mount it into machines, and then it's got its little 3 teeth or cutting heads on it. You can see there's a flat surface where the brass comes down, and you can see his fingers going a little bit closer without losing everything. It's angled so it fits into the primer pocket. It doesn't do any damage, doesn't do anything it's not supposed to. It just takes the crimp out. And they make them in 223 or 308 or 762. If you can see that. Oh, I got the other one over here. Yeah, so you got the both sizes there. You can see the large and the small one. And I just checked on RCBS website tonight, guys, and the exact term, they call them Trim Mate Military Crimp Remover 2, and that's what it is. And actually on the RCBS website, they're $22.99 a piece, so they're not too expensive. They are carbide. I've had mine probably 5 or 6 years, and they're still cutting no problem at all, and they've done thousands and thousands of rounds. So those are the two there. Obviously they do, like I said, they do the 223 one and the 308. You could probably pick these up from Midway USA or something like that, probably a little bit cheaper, but the actual retail on that one is $22.99, so they're not too expensive. And how I set mine up, not the safest way to do it, I know, but it's how I've done. Never had any problems. So I went to Home Depot and bought the cheapest Ryobi drill I could find. I think this cost me like $20, and it's done again 3-4 years. Never had an issue with it. I clamp it down in this vise. I bought this vise in a garage sale. I know if you buy these big vices, they're really expensive, but I picked this up for about $30 in a garage sale. It's a bit beaten up, but it's perfect for what I need to do. And underneath it, just to show you if I can get down here, there's this little metal stand that I use. Bought it from Harbour Freight. It's actually a stand for holding bench grinders. So if you want to go looking for it, it's a bench grinder stand. Really robust. It's got a little tray in it as well. I'll show you it. Pull it forward. There's a little tray in it as well. Nice and strong, nice and sturdy. And again, not too expensive, from Harbour Freight. And it does the job. So, and then all I did was re-drill 4 holes in the top of it, mounted my vise. It doesn't really move too much. It's with the weight of the vise, it all holds it all down, and it's pretty good. So then all I do is I get my 223 crimp tool, and then I just wind it down, pop it into the drill, and just nip it up. And that's all set up there, guys. When we do this, it's going to probably get a bit noisy, so I'll run through a few. Hopefully you can hear me while the drill is going, and we can show you what else we do. So I have a bunch of brass here, which, like I said, I have already processed. You can see with that one, there is a little bit of a crimp on that one, so we can start with that. You can see how this works. So how I do it, guys, I use a zip tie, and I actually wrap it around the trigger and just tighten it gently until you get to the speed that you want. And it's like I said, it's probably not the greatest health and safety item to do, but it works for me. And then, so we've got the cutter in there. Let's start this drill up a little bit slowly. I normally run it a little bit faster than this, but it gets noisy, so we'll just have it there for now. Hopefully you can still hear me, guys. Just go through, see who else has joined. Chris from the 740. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. See if there's any other comments being dropped down. Millstrip Duos here. Yeah, just checking to see if there's any other questions I need to answer. Reloaded 762 likes the idea of the drill clamped in the vise. Jimmy says that's what he uses, it works great. Rio says that there is a few pistol crimps as well. Red and maybe others make an 8x32 thread adapter to fit into drills. Yeah. There's just a little thread on the back of them, you know, and I just clamp it in my drill. It holds it fine. Never had a problem with it. Mark Thomas says Harbour Freight small drill presses work great for these tasks, and they can be pretty cheap during sales. You're right. You can also pick that up in the sales. Okay, so I always wear gloves, guys, mainly because sometimes this brass just catches a little bit, and if they're a little bit sharp on the top here and they spin in your hand, they can give you a little cut or a little slice. So let's see if we can pull this in a bit more. So with this setup, all I do, I'm holding the brass, putting it on square, and just pressing it down. I got this running the wrong way. It started to unscrew when I started, so I need to think. Oh, I'm not sure if it's running the right way or not. So that's cut in that way. So let's see if we can get you to see that, guys. So if I bring that up, you can just about see, if you look into the actual hole, you can see where it's cut the crimp away. For some reason, I can't get too close, it's fading out a little bit. But you can just see that it just cut the crimp. So it hasn't bulged the brass at all. Brass is still flat, and it's just a nice clean cut all the way around. And that's what I go for. It's just, and when you're doing it, you can just pick up a piece of brass. You can hear it cut in. You get a little bit of flakes on the bottom. You can see it cut in, and again, a perfect crimp off removal. It only needs to be on for a few seconds. Hope you can see that one a bit better. There, if you can just see, just remove the crimp. It put a little bit of an angle on it, and you can see nice. There's a nice perfect cut all the way around where the crimp was. And once I've done this, I never have issues with the primers catching. Cuts them all perfect. And you can see, if I'm doing it this way, you can get through a lot of brass quite quickly. So there you go, guys. It's getting quite hard for me to get this to focus. I'm really sorry about this, still learning this equipment. But you can just about see it there. All the crimp has been removed, perfectly cut all the way around. Almost ready to go. Let's see if there's any other questions popped up. I'd just like to thank you all, guys, for joining me. I hope you're going to be enjoying my streams. I enjoy doing them. Love seeing you all come on. Walter says, yeah, that tool does a great job. JH8586 says, congrats, Millsirp. What state do you move into? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where you move in. Bob is saying hi. Millsirp's moving to Kansas. Congratulations, Millsirp. Hope it all works out for you. Okay, let's just remove this glove. So, going back, guys, so like I said, these are CBS cutters. I find them superb. I've been using them for years. The 308 one works just as good as the 223. Check them out. Just check them out to see if you can get them on a sale or something. Like I said, they do a small and a medium, a small and a large, and nice tools. Okay. A piece of brass needs a bit of work doing to it. It's just a little bit dirty on the inside. So once I've cut the crimps, and I'll go through this whole bucket. Not all of them need crimps cut in, but I'm not going to sit down and go through them and pick the ones that are crimp, which are military brass, and which aren't. I'm just going to go through and do takes a couple of seconds to do each one. So I just go through, I cut them all, and they're all crimped. All the crimps are removed. So the next step, once I've done all those guys, I want to go in and I want to clean the pockets. I want to reform, uniform, and clean these pockets. So you can see that one inside there is pretty dirty. And there's a few tools out there for doing it as well, guys. For my 308 stuff, for my bigger stuff, I have this one from, see that, K&M Reloading or K&M Shooting. They make this one, which is adjustable. It has a grub screw on it. So you can adjust the height. So you can get the exact depth you want, set it, and once it's set, you can put a little bit of thread lock on it and it's good to go. So I've got this set up for doing all my 308. So these things, guys, I think I checked on the website. Pocket primer cleaner. Let me just check again what it was. These are called Premium Carbide Primer Pocket Correction Tool Selector. That's what they call it on this site. Bit of a mouthful. And they're from $15. They're starting at, and if I go down here, I can see that they're around about $29 for this one for doing the large, and $27 for the small. So again, not a huge amount of money, guys, but certainly worth it. And they're doing them with, you can buy them with different depths as well. They're saying a 0.122, a 0.131. Make one for a 50 cal. So great little product. I like this one, but I've only got it in 308. I didn't buy this one in the 223. I just bought this one in the 308. So that's the one I use for my bigger stuff. And then I have these two then, which are from Sinclair. Similar sort of product, but a hand product. With this one, I can drop it into a drill. I just get a little screw gun. I can just drop it in there, sit it on the bench, pull the trigger, and in and out, and you're cleaning the pockets out. So it's a little bit not so hard on the hands when you're using this tool. But like I say, I only use that for my 308s. I haven't got the one for 223. But for the smaller stuff, I've got these Sinclair tools. And you can see there, one is large, one is small. Again, all adjustable. Swap them around. And I really like these guys. They're not, again, not too expensive, and they're nice and easy to use. And all I'm doing is grabbing the piece of brass, just pop that tool in, and just give it a few turns. Nothing hard. And then you can see inside it is totally flattened out the bottom of the primer. So where the primer is going to sit, it's going to sit nice and flat, and it's cleaned it up. It's all nice, got rid of all the carbon. So you can see it's not a long job to do this one either, guys. It's just a quick, maybe 3 or 4 turns. And it has cleaned up that primer pocket perfect. Hope that's coming through on the camera okay, guys. And then all I do is just go through. I'm sitting here watching YouTube on a Saturday afternoon. I've got a bucket in front of me, sit in the chair. You can get through a whole bunch of this in an hour. You get them all done. Couple of turns and done. Throw out any questions you got, guys. Happy to answer if I can. And then there's a lot of people in the panel here that are great reloaders, great shooters, and if I can't help, I'm sure the guys on the panel and the guys on the side shot will help as well. So there you go. It's a pretty simple job, guys. It's not hard. It's not expensive to do this. You don't have to go down the whole route of buying the stand, the drill, the vise if you don't want to. You can do them by hand. A little bit harder on the hands, or you can put this tool just in a cordless tool, sit at your bench, and you can just get them all done. They go through pretty quick. Again, all nice and clean. Crimp removed, carbon removed, and then these are ready to go to be reloaded. You're talking hundreds of rounds you can get through in a session. It doesn't take long to go through it. Just see what else we got here. What else we joined us? GGW Outdoors, hi there, good to see you. Dale Pogue has jumped on. Hi Dale. Come back, see if I missed anybody. Just going through. Dale. GGW joined us. JH586, Jamie's getting ready for bed. Yeah, I run a little bit late. I'm sorry, guys. With work commitments, I can't come on much earlier. 67 Rebel. He got his screwdriver set that he won in the last raffle we did. Hope it serves you well, sir. Hope you get many years out of it. They're really good screwdrivers. You'll really enjoy using them. They're nice on the hand. They're not going to beat you up too much. Hillbilly up, how are you doing, sir? Good to see you. I sent you a message here. Like I said, I'm sorry I missed your stream on Saturday night with the commitments with the tool. I just popped in quickly, said hi to everybody, and I had to get back to work. Jamie saying here, I think for precision rounds, I'd like the hand method best. I like to feel what's happening to the brass. Probably makes no difference at all. Well, when you're doing it by hand rather than using the drill, you're controlling how much cutting you're doing. And once you feel you've gone far enough, it's far enough. So I agree with you with the hand method. I don't use these cutters on my precision rounds because I'm buying brass. I'm using lapel brass, Norma, and Nosler brass for all my precision stuff, so they haven't got crimp, so I don't need them. But I do clean them up with these hand primer pocket reformers. Just go through them nice and gently. Like you said, you can get a better feel. You don't want to be bending them or twisting them when they're in there. When you do it by hand, you get a much better feel for it. Totally agree with you there, Jamie. What else we got here? A lot of people coming in saying hi. I think we're up to date there. So throw out any questions, guys. It's I'm trying to stick to one product or one section of the reloading when I'm doing when I start to do these streams. I don't want to be jumping around too much. The last one we did seemed to work quite well, so that's going to be sort of the setup I'm going to be doing. While everybody's on, I think I've just gone over the 450 subs, guys. Closing in on the 500. I'm going to do a nice giveaway on the 500, so keep an eye open for that. And with me doing the tool reviews and everything. I seem to be getting a few more people coming in and watching my videos and subscribing. Excuse me. So once I hit that 500, I get some decent prizes. Might do a couple of prizes for the 500, and then the next one obviously be the 750. I won't be doing every 100. I've been doing every 100 all the way through. But when I hit the 500, it'll be next one will be the 750 if I'm lucky enough to get there. And then fingers crossed we can get all the way to 1,000, and that'll be great. Tim S has joined us. Hi Tim, good to see you. He's saying hi to everybody. Jean for reloading from the hot pot. Great news that you had your channel back, Jean. That's superb. Must have been a big worry for you, thinking you'd have to redo all those videos and get them all uploaded again onto your new one. It's great that they managed to get that sorted out for you. Probably a big stressful time for you, but it's done. You can start concentrating and loading up that new content now. Thank you, Hillbilly. I appreciate that. I'm trying to keep it interesting. So, guys, I don't know what else you want me to say about. Like I said, we've got all these tools. I just wanted to make a little video, a little short, just so you can see how I do it, and so if it helps anybody out, that's what we're here for. It's a really great community, and we're all here trying to share our little bit of knowledge with everybody else, picking up knowledge from people, and that's what it's all about. And just to make the reloading a fun thing that we can all do. So I'm just reading the comments, guys, as they're going through. I just didn't want to miss anybody. Sorry, not talking too much shop. So just to go back over it again, guys, I'll show it again for the new people that have joined us. So here's my setup, guys. It's just mounted on a Harbor Freight grinder press stand. I got an old vise that I picked up in a garage sale that I use it for my reloading. It also holds the blocks when you're building ARs and things. It'll hold the block as well. This one's a nice one. I can actually have it so it turns. I can loosen it off so it stays in one place, but the actual the vise turns, and there's some teeth in it as well. That'll grab around tubes. So it grabs tubes as well if you need to. So this was a pretty nice vise. Cheap drill. It's just a cheap Ryobi drill I picked up from Home Depot, guys. 20 bucks, 25 bucks, something like that. Cable tie. Don't forget the cable tie for holding the trigger down. So let's just do this again. We'll do a few more for the new guys. There we go. So I got it set up. Like I said, always wear a glove, guys. It's just to save the little cuts and splits you can get from picking this brass up. I've seen a few people using the drill the other way around, where they can push the brass in this way or from this side onto it. I tried it, but this is what I've seen. I always do all my reloading standing up. My benches are a little bit higher than normal. Everything I do is standing up. So, brass. And again, just get the brass, guys. Hold it on. Slow the drill down just a little bit, and it does the crimp. And just speeds it up just a touch. So drop the brass straight on, hold it there for a few seconds, and it's a perfect crimp removal. It's perfect cut all the way around. Just a couple of seconds on there, perfect. And the reason I'm saying about the gloves, guys, because sometimes, for some reason, you might be thinking about something else. You can always just put that brass on, and if you just take it to the side a little bit, it can just catch and spin, And there's nothing worse than that spinning when it's still a little bit sharp on the top and cutting you. So you don't need to do it. So all I do is keep it as straight as you can. It comes down, it sits on the top, on the flat. Once it goes so far, it doesn't matter how hard you push, you can't go any further. It stops when it hits that piece of brass. So you get a perfect crimp removal, perfect cut every time. And when you're doing it now and again, you can see little pieces of brass flying off as it's doing its job. And you always want to try and keep the brass straight and upright with the tool. When you start taking it at different angles, that's when you're going to start cutting more off. That's when you're into damaging the top. So just sit it on, let it sit on the tools, let it do its cut. And it's perfect every time. If I haven't said hi Casey, Casey joined us. Mark Thomas saying looks like one of his friends got hacked. He finally got his channel back up and running. It's always good news. These hackers, guys, they ruin it. They ruin it for everybody. Just leave us be. Just go do something else. The amount of work and time and money we put into this, and then for some idiot to come in and spoil it, it's a shame. It's a real shame. Loading, thank you, man. Happy you really did well. Brutal Bob is saying he's happy that Gene got his channel back and everything. That's great news. I've done 76 still with us. James Pollard. Hi, James. Oh, back up to date again. So yeah, it's a little bit repetitive, guys, to be doing this, but all you guys know that when you're reloading and you're using military, it's better to spend a couple of seconds doing this than blowing primers. The cost of primers these days, you all know they're not $30 for 1,000 anymore. They're more like $130. So the more primers you can save, the better it is. So just doing this small task on your military 223 and your military 308, 762, it just saves money in the long run, because if you're ruining primers, what they 3 cents a piece. So every time you squeeze one in now and you damage it, 3 cents. Not a lot. If you damage 100, you're up into dollars. So, and it's like all parts of reloading, guys. It's enjoyable. It's relaxing. You can come out here. It's just part of the process. Now we can just get through it. Okay. I don't know if you can quite see there, guys, but all around here, you can see all the brass coming off there. It's trimming all the brass fragments all around here. You can see little bits of brass, and you can clean them up at a later date. And then for the guys that have just joined in again, here's my tool. So once I've done the crimp process, guys, we want to be cleaning out the primer pockets and reforming them so everything's nice and square and everything in there. With my 308 products, I was showing you this earlier. There's my tool from, sorry, just focus in here, guys. K&M shooting supplies, or K&M shooting. You can buy these little ones to go in the drills. They come large and small for doing both sizes. So I'll use that on my 308, guys. And then where's my other ones? My Sinclair ones down somewhere. And you can also get both of them. These are both Sinclair products. Again, small and large. Just quickly into the pocket. 3 or 4 turns. And there you go. Perfect. Ready to go. Ready to prime. And you know you're not going to damage any of your primers. Everything's uniformed. And done every time. So this process, guys, you can cut the crimp, clean your pocket, uniform your pocket. You're probably talking 15-20 seconds to do a piece of brass, maybe a little bit less, being you're doing all your cutting first and then cleaning the pockets after. Total time for each piece of brass is probably somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds, I'd say. So it's not a long process, but it saves you so much in the actual reloading process. So always wear the gloves, guys. Once you start doing this and using this machine, if you're not wearing gloves, it's going to bite you. It's going to give you a little cut. And also, when those pieces of brass spin in your hand, you can pick up the blisters up on in your fingers as well. So just for a cheap pair of gloves, just throw them on. And you can even see with these gloves that I've been using, where the brass sits, it wears through. And eventually, you can see it's worn all the way through. It's cut a few times, it's worn it out. So they tend to wear here, and the thumb wears as well. Right up on the top here, where you're holding it with your fingers here. So you can see what it does to the gloves. It'll do the same to your fingers if you're not wearing gloves, guys. If you've got the drill turning fast and you want to rip through these so it's cutting much faster, safety glasses, because it is throwing brass around. I always advise to use some safety glasses. And you can put a pair of ear protectors on as well, because these cheap drills are noisy. But for 20 bucks, who cares? If it blows up on me, I'll just go and buy another one. So let's have a look. Hopefully the lighting looks good, guys. Looking at the picture I got, it seems pretty clear. Hopefully the volume's right. Ron Wayne. Hi, Ron. Good to see you again. Glad you could join us. If you missed what we went through, you can always watch it back. We've got, there's not a lot going on. I was just showing you cutting the crimp and cleaning the pockets up. And I've uploaded, well, I'm in the process of uploading a new tool review, guys. I'm doing a review on the Mac Tools drill bit set. So that's going to go up tonight. And I've also done an unboxing of a Henderson Precision case trimmer, which I ordered a few weeks ago. So that's going to be the next series I do. I'm going to be running a little video series on it. The first one is obviously the unboxing. The next one is going to be the actual assembly and getting it all up and running. The third one, then we're going to do a full setup with the pieces of brass, run them through, get everything set up, see how well it works. Probably a fourth one, we'll just sit and we'll go through and we'll run and do a couple of 100 rounds of brass, see how it works. And then the last final series I'm thinking of doing, the fifth one, is going to be a caliber change. So I bought it so you can do 2 to 3, 7mm, all the 308 or 30 cal cartridges. And I've also ordered the setup to do my 338 Lepore. So, but that one was on back order. I got to wait a few weeks for that. So that's going to be the next little series I do, guys. And then obviously next Monday we'll be back. We'll do another live stream. I'll figure out another item, that part of the reloading that we can do. I think last week one of the guys said he wanted to see the 1050 auto working. That's going to be in the plans. I'll do a live stream on doing a caliber change, maybe setting it up from 9mm to back to do 300 blackouts. You can see how the setup works to cut 223 down to 300 blackout, and we can use the 1050. And D-Dub, how you doing, D-Dub? DWD 37, glad you could join us. Yeah, that tool chest in the back is it's my casting. Let me see if I can. That's my sort of roll around casting toolbox I got set up. So I got if you can see from here, over here, there's the Lineman Mag 25. I got the little Lee pot here, oven. So I use this. This is what I roll just out. It's just easy to get it all rolled outside. And then the whole thing is full of just casting equipment. It's hard to see, but I got there's all my molds in the top there. The hammers, everything, all, and some of the sizing parts in there. So I got handles, and then I keep cleaning rods and all different stuff in the smaller drawer. And what's nice with these drawers is they're self-closing. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but you can just open them up so far, and then when you just close them, go to close them, like the kitchen cabinets, they just pull in that last 2 inches to finish off. I've got like tin ingots and everything in there. So yeah, it's a Mac Edge box. It's the entry-level box that Mac do, and you can buy it with 5 or 6 different color pulls. I went for the orangey or whatever pulls. You can get blue, green, red, black pulls. You can get a stainless steel top for the top or a wooden top. And then they do the stainless steel that has been sprayed with a bed liner as well. So you can have a bed liner top on it as well. So yeah, so I brought that one in just for my casting cart. And because I don't want to be casting in the garage, I can just lift the doors, roll it out, and we're good to go on that. And then I don't know if you saw the other one in the other corner. The other one is my toolbox where I keep all the tools and everything. There's accessories in there. There's spares for all my ARs. There's all sorts in there. And that's another video I'm going to do, guys, as well. Is I'm going to do a video around my bench, because I built the bench all the way around here. It's in like a U shape. So I'm going to try and do a video of how I built it, the way I've done it, what I used, and then how I set up everything on top. So that's going to be a video that comes. It's going to come in the next few weeks. I can see Chris is putting a lot of content out there. He's putting a lot of good content out there, guys. So if you want to jump onto his channel, Chris from the 740, he's got a great channel. AR Guns 1776 does a lot of streaming. He's got a nice channel, great channel there. Viejo is another one, does a lot of casting. He's got a lot of knowledge, guys. I've learned so much from Walter over the last few years that I've been doing this, and since I met you guys. It's well worth jumping on and subbing to his channel. He's got some great content out there. Just trying to run through. G23's got his channel out there. Another one you want to subscribe to. And then JH. Where are we? Trying to think who else. I got Hillbilly up. He does his live streams on a Saturday. Great content. He's got a special guest coming up, hopefully in the next week or so. It'll be well worth jumping on and seeing that, guys. I'm not going to say who it is, but if he puts it out there, you'll know. But it'll be well worth watching that one. That's going to be a very interesting live stream. just going through now, just seeing reloading from the hot pot. He had his channel hacked. He lost it for a few weeks, but it's all come back today. He's had his channel back, guys. So you're going to go and sub to Gene from Reloading from the Hot Pot. He's got some great content in there. If I'm missing any, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to skim through and see who else I can see. GW Outdoors. Sorry, just going through these comments, guys, seeing if there's anything else. Yeah, Jamie from the Georgia Shooting Connection. Friday nights, guys, around about 6 or 7 o'clock. He's on. Well worth going to have a look. I'm normally on that chat. We have 8 or 9 panelists. It's a good night. Always great topics. Again, Chris from the 740. He normally has a good panel on as well. Always good. Misty Mrs. Wayne. Hi there. Glad you could join us. I didn't actually get on stage. That's not for me. It's not something I wanted to do. But to be honest with you, she was really good. She came on. She played for about 2 hours. I got a few videos of that. I think I put one live up. And then I'm going to put, I got a couple of other videos of her singing some songs, so I'll get them posted up. But she was really good. I spoke to her afterwards. Real nice lady. She had plenty of time to talk to people. She was going around talking to people. So, yeah, really nice lady. And a very, very good singer. Any other questions out there, guys? Anything you want to ask me? Or again, just throw out there if you want to see any bits of equipment when we're doing these live streams. That's what I want to do. I want to be doing it around a piece of equipment. So like I said, we've got the 1050 coming up. We'll have a 650 series coming up. Trying to think what else. I got a couple of different scales here we're going to use. We're going to do the A&D FX scale. We'll have that with the auto trickler on top. That'll be a good live stream. We'll get that one done. I got the RCBS Charge Master 1500. We can do one on that one as well. So yeah, I got plenty of plans. Hopefully it'll be interesting for you out there. Hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I do in it. Do some Mac tools live streams. Could do that, Walter. In what would you like to see? What you want me to bring some tools back and run through like I do on my tabletop reviews? Is that the sort of thing you're looking for? Jamie JH586. That I was trying to think of, guys. So he's doing he does his Georgia Shooting Connection on a Friday. It's a great stream. We have a lot of fun. And then we've got, what camera and mic are you using? It is great, man. So I'm using the Sony, I think it's a ZV-1. To be honest with you, Chris from the 740 got me onto it. That's the camera I believe he uses and he loves it. So I started doing some reviews on it. And it seems to be the one that most YouTubers and bloggers are using. It's a very simple camera to use. There's a lot of functions on there. It does record in 4K, so that's great, and you can change it to different things. And I believe there's a section in there where it does something like 600 frames or 800 frames a minute. So you can do super slow-mo. I haven't tried that out yet, but I'm going to, and I'm going to try and do it with maybe on a 45 cal 1911, and I'm going to try and slow the round down as much as I can so it's still safe to shoot. But I'm hoping to be able to see maybe the bullet exit in the barrel. don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to give it a go one day. We're going to slow it right down and see what we can do. And at the moment, Hilby, I'm just using the mic that's on top of the camera, the one that's built into the camera. I have bought some wireless mics that you can just clip on to your shirt while you're walking around and when I go to the range. So, but I haven't using that. The actual mics I'm using are just the built-in camera ones. And then I've got the camera mounted on a tripod, and it's got one of those adjustable circular lights. You could probably see it reflecting in my glasses from time to time. So I got a light shining down straight at me. And then I got one of these little flat lights. If you can see that there, guys, one of these little square flat lights on a mini tripod. And I've got that shining down onto the area where we were working. And hopefully it lights it up pretty well. So I have two of these little square lights that I can set up in different places. So you're trying to keep light on both. And then obviously you have the main light that's going to be lighting me up and whatever I'm using. And then when I'm doing my tabletop reviews and doing my unboxing, I have the big circular light with the camera mounted one side quite high looking down. And then I have the square light on the other side, just trying to get in as much light onto the product as I can. And hopefully it's bringing you really good and decent videos, guys. That's what I want to do. I wanted to bring nice quality videos. You're welcome, Jamie, anytime. We're all here to help each other out, and it's great that everybody can jump on, and there's so much good content out and so much good channels out there now. It's great. What else we got coming up here? Ron, I need to spring on a wireless mic badly. Yeah, again, Chris from a 740 told me about the ones he uses. He had the ones that they can actually charge from the actual pot itself that keeps them safe. It holds power in there as well, and you can be charging them and they last in a day or so of full streaming and things. So them the ones that I picked up. It actually came with two mics, the unit that mounts on your camera, like the receiver and the carrying case and everything. And they were a third of the price of those. What do they call them? Rode mics. I was looking at those, but these are like a third of the price, and to me they seem as good as, if not better than, the expensive ones. So once I get to play with them, guys, I'll let you know how they go and do a little review on those. AR saying good light. Thank you, AR. Sounds good. Everything looks good and sounds good. Thank you, Hillbilly. And Ron saying, yeah, definitely. It'll be a big help at the range. Yeah, when you're walking around and you're getting away from the camera a little bit, you're going to need something a little bit closer so you can talk, and hopefully it doesn't pick up too much of the wind noise. That's something I got to try and experiment with. I'm going to try and have this camera set up looking sort of towards me like a lot of the guys do. I'm going to have my GoPro mounted on my baseball hat, so that's going to be looking down at the gun and doing what the gun does. And then I'm hopefully going to use my phone then down on the target so you can see where the impact points are. And then somehow I got to bring all that together and try and make it so it's on one video and sort of all times up together. So that's something I got to play with. I can see Chris has got it pretty much sorted. He's got it down to a T. So I might have to get hold of Chris and talk to him and see how he's doing it, because it'd be great if you can take the shot. You can see from me how the gun moves. What I was hoping to have was maybe a side-by-side picture, so you can see me holding the gun and shooting it here, the camera looking forward onto me here, and then have maybe an inlay in the top corner of the screen, and you can actually see the impact on the target. That would be perfect. If I could get it to do that, I'd be a happy man. So that's going to be the plan, to play around with that. So just finishing off here. So I just want to say thank you so much for everybody for joining again. I really appreciate it. I know everybody has things to do on an evening, and taking time out of your time to watch me and do these live streams, I hope they're worth it. I hope you can take something from it, and I'm not too boring. That's the biggest thing. It's hard to fill an hour on your own, but hopefully you can take something from it. I'm showing you the products and how they work, how they can get you set up, and yeah. So let me just have a quick run through, guys, of who's here, and then we'll start to wrap this up. My thing back here. So we had Ron Wayne, AR Gun 1776, Hillbilly Up, GGW, Outdoors, Viejo joined us, JH586, GGW Outdoors, Misty and Mrs. Wayne joined us. She started jumping onto my channels, and I really appreciate it, jumping on my streams. I hope you can take something from it, you enjoy them. And then let's have a look. Mark Thomas joined us. Brutal Bob, always good to see you, Bob. Mark Thomas. D-Dub37 was with us. Chris from the 740. Just getting up here quickly. Casey. I'll always get your name wrong, Casey. Casey Dolph, I think it's pronounced. Is that, if you're still here, Casey, your last name, Dolph, where does it come from? Is it, I'm trying to think, is it like a Finnish name or a Swedish name or something like that? Be interesting to know. Reloading from the Hot Pot was with us. G23, James Pollard. Just going through the rest of these. Brutal Bob. I'm going to try and catch every. Tim S joined us. There's a lot of comments on you tonight. I really appreciate it, guys. Coming near the top now. Missed anybody? 67 Rebel SST joined us. Glad you had those screwdrivers nice and safe. JH586 was with us. Millsip Duo jumped on. Good to see you. Reloader 762 jumped on. Dale Pogue. If I missed anybody, guys, I'm really sorry. I was hoping to call everybody out just to say hi and thanks for jumping on. Yeah, so hopefully I got everybody. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Alaska One Andy, he joined us as well. So good to see you all, guys. Yeah, so we just run over the hour. I think the hour is the golden number for doing like one of the type of stream that I do. I don't want it going on for too long and dragging out and people getting bored. I want them to come on, enjoy it, ask a few questions, talk to some of you guys that you know, and see some of these tools that I use. So I just want to say a huge thanks, guys. I really appreciate you jumping on. And just a quick one again, Wednesday night, Chris from the 740. Thursday night, if AR is going to hopefully can get his stream up and running, we get AR on Thursday. We got Georgia Shooting Connection on Friday, and Hillbilly Up on Saturday. And not forgetting the Scottish American. He runs his show on a Sunday night. So hopefully I got everybody that jumped on tonight. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Building up the subs here. We're going to get a giveaway, a nice giveaway, where there's going to be reloading equipment, some apparel, or we're going to give some tools away. But it'll be a nice little giveaway on my 500 subs. So we're closing in on that. Hopefully by maybe the end of this month, early next month, I'll hit the 500 subs, and we can get some raffles going. I can give you some gifts for spending time and coming out and spending some time with me. So with nothing else to do, guys, I just want to say thank you so much. You all have a great rest of the evening, and I'll probably see the rest of you guys hopefully on Wednesday. If I get an invite, we'll jump on to Chris's, and we'll see you all again. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next. See you next Monday night.